India advocates understanding with China as neighbouring nations in the ongoing Raisina dialogue. Manipur government has bridged distance between peoples of valley and hills, claims Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma hints at major relief from power cuts in next 7 to 10 days. People in Assam celebrating Bhogali Bihu after a feasting night. Post Shankranti fair gets underway in Tripura. And in Khelo India, Assam dominate lawn bowls event captured 3 gold. In medals tally, Maharashtra still at top. Good evening, viewers. Wishing you all a happy and prosperous Bhogali Bihu and Shankranti. We welcome you to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ajanta Chaudhary, now with the details. In national news first, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today said it is vital for neighbours to reach an understanding on crucial issues. Referring to India's relations with China, he said it is important that the two countries find equilibrium in ties. He was addressing the Raisina dialogue in New Delhi. Jaishankar said India owes it to itself and to the world to be a just power. India is not a disruptor and is firmly dealing with terrorism. India has an extraordinary diaspora and is shaping the international discourse. He added that India's way is more of a decider than an abstainer. His remarks came at a time when several countries have called for a greater role for India in the Indo-Pacific region. Referring to tensions between the United States and Iran, he said they are two individual countries and what finally happens will depend on the players involved.
The international system for global good, which is a net security provider, which is a contributor to connectivity.
In more national news, the 72nd Army Day is being celebrated across the country today. It is celebrated every year to commemorate the day when General K.M. Cariappa took over the command of Army from General Sir F.R.R. Bucher, the last British Commander-in-Chief in 1949, and became the first Commander-in-Chief of Indian Army after independence. Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravane has said the Indian Army is ready to tackle any threat the country faces. Addressing the Army Day celebration in Delhi Cantonment, he said the Army will not hesitate to use several options available to tackle terrorism. He reiterated the zero-tolerance policy against terrorism. There is significant decline in incidents of violence in the northeastern part of the country. He said there is no place for discrimination in the forces.
भविष्य में होने वाली युद्ध के स्वरूप पर भी है। 21वीं सदी के चुनौतियों का सामना करने के दिशा में इंटीग्रेटेड बैटल ग्रुप्स का निर्माण एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। हम नीश कैपेबिलिटीज जैसे कि स्पेस, साइबर, स्पेशल ऑपरेशंस और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर को बढ़ाने में भी
Moving on to Northeast now, in Manipur, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today said a major objective of his government is to bridge the gap between the people and the administration and to deliver good governance. He was speaking to media persons on the sidelines of the joint Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day at Chief Minister's Secretariat, Imphal. The Chief Minister said that with the people's support, the government has been able to maintain a peaceful and cohesive environment in the state. Gone are the days when there was no trust between the hills and valley, he said. The objective behind organizing the Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day is to address the problems faced by the people and extend maximum support to the needy. The turnout on Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day is decreasing every month as people's grievances have been timely addressed and solved by the state administration, he claimed.
Especially even tangai patradi madai kari hage oxygen plan.
Meghalaya government has blamed the allegedly non-functional units of Palatana Power Project in Tripura and Kopili Hydel Project in Assam as the reasons behind the state government's decision to resort to load shedding. Speaking to media persons in Shillong after a cabinet meeting, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma said some units of both the power projects are not functioning, as a result of which there has been a shortfall of 50 megawatts to Meghalaya. The Chief Minister, however, said discussions are on to reduce the load shedding and some major relief is expected to be given to people in the next 7 to 10 days.
There are some units that are not functioning. and this is a project that is run by different agencies. Those projects, because of the fact that some units are not working, about 30 megawatts of power supply has been cut off for Meghalaya.
In Assam, it is Bhogali Bihu today, a harvesting festival symbolizing plenty. It is preceded by Uruka, the night of feast and merrymaking. Across the state, the day began today with the burning of mejis, a structure of thatch and bamboo. People paid their obeisance to Agni, the god of fire. People also offered prayers at namghars in various localities. In Japorigug in Guwahati, at the initiative of the Brihatar Japorigug Bihu Committee, people burnt mejis the first thing in the morning. In Tripura, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev has said the Posh Shankranti fair at Tirthamok is a bright example of Indian culture and heritage. Speaking at the inaugural function of the Posh Shankranti fair at Tirthamok in Gomati district on Tuesday evening, Dev said Tirthamok is a fair in which both tribal and non-tribal people assemble every year on the occasion of Uttarayan Sankranti for a holy dip in the river Gomati at its place of origin known as Tirthamok. The day marks the commencement of the sun's northern course, the last day of the month of Posa. In news from Arunachal Pradesh, Deputy Chief Minister Chauna Main has said the Parashuram Kund Mela will be observed as a calendar event from the next year onwards. Main was on a visit to the holy place during the 3-day Mela which got underway on Tuesday. He said the government will develop the place in Lohit district of the state. He also promised more funds both from the centre and state governments for the purpose. Every year, thousands of devotees from all over the country throng the place during Makar Shankranti to offer puja and take a holy dip at the Kund. MLAs Chao Zigno Namchung and Mrs. Juman Ete Diore accompanied the minister during his visit. Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong has said the state government welcomes the move of the Lokayukta to order CBI inquiry into the alleged transportation of illegal coal from the state. Talking to media persons in Shillong, Tinsong said the CBI inquiry is a good step as it will uncover the truth about alleged illegal coal transportation as reported in media from time to time. He said the government will extend all its cooperation to the investigating agency.
It is good. It is good, so that people will know exactly what's happening.
In news from Nagaland, the first additional heads of department and heads of department meeting for the year 2020 was held today at the Secretariat Conference Hall, Kohima. Addressing the meeting, State Chief Secretary Temjen Toy informed that the 5th session of the Nagaland Assembly, which was earlier scheduled to be held from 7 February, had to be preponed to 17 January in view of the requirement of the Assembly to ratify the 126th Amendment of the Constitution. In sports news, in the Khelo India Youth Games in Guwahati, Assam continued to dominate the lawn bowls event. Assam won 3 gold medals in lawn bowls today. The first gold medal came from under-21 boys single clinched by Surojit Borgohain. One in girls triples event and another in boys 4 event at Horu Hajai Sports Complex. Anindita Kakoti, who led the girls triples team, expressed her happiness over the win. Rimanju Ray from Assam won a bronze in individual pursuit in cycling. Meanwhile, Maharashtra is leading the medals tally with 28 gold and 32 silver medals. Haryana is following with 23 gold and 25 silver.
गर्ल्स में एक गोल्ड जीता है तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं हम 3rd खेलो इंडिया में पहली बार लॉन बॉल्स खेल रहा है तो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है.
मेरा नाम सेंजियो पांडे है. आज ये
In more sports news, in cricket, Australia won the first one-day international match against India by 10 wickets with 74 balls remaining in Mumbai on Tuesday night. Australia cruised in their 256-run chase with centuries from their openers David Warner and skipper Aaron Finch. Warner scored 128 and Finch 110, helping Australia score 258 without loss in just 37.4 overs. Earlier put into bat, India were all out for 255 in 49.1 overs. Shikhar Dhawan top scored for India with 74 runs. David Warner was declared man of the match. The second ODI will be played at Rajkot on Friday. And before we wind up the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. India advocates understanding with China as neighbouring nations in the ongoing Raisina dialogue. Manipur government has bridged distance between peoples of valley and hills, claims Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma hints at major relief from power cuts in next 7 to 10 days. People in Assam celebrating Bhogali Bihu after a feasting night. Post Shankranti fair gets underway in Tripura. And in Khelo India, Assam dominate lawn bowls event, captured 3 gold. In medals tally, Maharashtra still at top. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.